Welcome to MetroCasting. I'm Doug Farley. In this final segment, we're going to take you to the Wilkes-Barre YMCA, where an indoor field hockey league takes place during the winter months, and it's also where we ran into some pretty amazing athletes. Most people, when you talk about field hockey, think about a large football-sized green field filled with young ladies running around with sticks in their hands and chasing a little white ball. They don't realize the extreme physicality of the game or the stamina needed to play a full 60 minutes. They also don't realize that field hockey is not just an outdoor game. And you may not know it, but field hockey is an Olympic sport. In fact, 2 U.S. field hockey Olympians live right here in Northeast Pennsylvania. Lauren Powley and Kayla Bashore are world-class athletes who will be representing the U.S. during the 2012 Olympic Games in London. Their success led them to give back to the sport they love in the form of KaPow Field Hockey, which is an outdoor-indoor club designed to help area field hockey enthusiasts excel at the sport.
We started back in 2007 doing the Whitewater Festival. That was the very first thing we did, and that was just a one-weekend tournament. It was one day whitewater rafting and the other day was field hockey. So we started with that, and then it just grew. We did camps. The next year we thought it would be really cool to do like an adventure camp, and we thought of the name before we thought of like camps and things to go with it. And we were like, what can go with this name? And we thought, well, let's do camp. So we started an adventure camp where the girls can stay out overnight. They can go camping, and then they play field hockey during the day. They camp overnight, and then at the end they go whitewater rafting.
Kayla says those early beginnings led to a winter indoor field hockey league currently being held at the Wilkes-Barre YMCA.
The indoor league we have for ages 4 years old to 18. So no matter what age or what skill level you're at, we welcome all ages and skill level. And that's the idea behind what we're trying to promote is just a fun environment where you learn the basics. You get good coaching from the coaches that we have, and we just share the experiences that we have and help them to grow into better players and better people.
Lissa Munley is the on-site manager for the league, and she says they have various age groups of girls participating, ranging from U6 all the way up to U19. Each of those groups has an average of 40 to 50 girls in them.
We have league play every Wednesday night, so there's about 4 or 5 teams per age group, and the teams play against each other. They may cross over into age groups depending on their skill level. And then through U.S. Field Hockey, they have a indoor tournament in Virginia Beach, and you have to qualify for those tournaments. So our teams have been sent anywhere from Pittsburgh to, we held a qualifier at Misericordia University in Dallas, and if they finish in the top 3 through 8, you get sent to Virginia Beach and you play against all teams from all over the country.
And that national tournament is where a possible record 8 KaPow field hockey teams will be competing.
The teams travel to Virginia Beach and they play in a big indoor national tournament, and so there are teams that come from all over the country. There's 20-some pools of teams, of 8 teams each, so it's a massive tournament. They get to play against the best girls in the country and represent the club, so it's a really exciting time for them.
MetroCasting got the chance to talk with the U14 group about the tournament, and to say they're excited and determined would be a serious understatement. What's the big deal about going to the Nationals?
The beach and winning our pool. Beach.
Get gold medal.
National champions.
We want a medal.
First place.
Gold.
Yeah.
As for the game of field hockey itself, it really is a lot more than just hitting a ball with a stick.
A lot more. It takes a lot of skill to be able to look up while you're dribbling the ball. I specifically played goalkeeper, so I work a lot with the goalkeepers out here, and you have to be quick and on your toes. You can't just stand in the goal and block shots. You have to be able to move too.
Kayla says the rules are pretty straightforward.
It's really close to soccer. So if you think about soccer and how they have 11 players on the field, they have the forwards, mids, backs, and a goalie. It's very similar to that formation. A lot of the same concepts, flats, throughs. So it's a very similar game to soccer. but some people think that it's more like lacrosse, and that's not true.
And the difference between outdoor and indoor field hockey?
That's a good question. There isn't a lot of difference. The only major difference is the ball can't be lifted off the ground in indoor, and so you have the boards that you can play off of, so there's no real out of bounds besides over the end line. But really the biggest benefit of indoor field hockey is just refining your skills. It's a lot faster, and you know, your traps just have to be, you know, your skill has to be really become refined because it's such a small space. So that's really the only big difference.
Bottom line, the goal of KaPow Field Hockey is to help athletes continue to get better.
I've been playing in this area since I was in 8th grade, and I went to college to play, and it's just a very competitive sport. You have to have skill, you have to have strategy, you have to have the will and the want to get better, and you can't just sit around and wait for a high school season to come. This is something extra that you have to do, and it'll set you above the rest of the people in the country.
And with all this extra training, who knows? Maybe one day, one of Lauren and Kayla's athletes will take their place on the U.S. national and Olympic team.
Personally, I get joy out of just sharing my experiences and the sport itself with other players and kids, and try to be good role models for them.
Now, since taping that segment, several KaPow teams competed at the national tournament, with the U16 Spain team that we featured in this segment, not the U14 team as I accidentally called it. They finished third in their bracket, and the best KaPow finish by a team was the U14 China. They finished second in their brackets. And congrats to all, and good luck to Kayla and Lauren with the U.S. Field Hockey national team.